Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the show. We are looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. And the main thing we wanted to show was that we did not close under the last low on a weekly, but we did not get as much of a reprieve bounce as we were hoping for, and this weekly bullishly engulfed. So next week, it doesn't look like we're going to be looking for upside, but we still have a day and 11 hours to go. I'm assuming that we're going to come grind out these lows. I think right now my main target is 17,600. And from there, we can see if we get a reprieve bounce. Even if we don't take this out this week, the next week when we open, I'm looking for this area to grind out and then go up. Okay. Um, for today, as long as we're above 19,263, that's a good thing. But closing under 18,944, we should look for the continuation to the downside. We also need to stay above this 18,500. Any closes under that, we're going to be looking for lower targets. Okay, on the monthly, I think it was 17,000. The monthly is around 18,272. So we need to be above 18,600-ish. One second. We need to be above 18,500 on the monthly. Any weekly candle close under 18,500, we should be looking for this 100 to get hit way lower. So yes, that's what we're looking for on the weekly. Going to the daily, we had that test into the mid of the 21, got rejected pretty hard. Now we are testing the bottom of the channel. Any close under 18,600 with 4-hour open and close, we're looking to gun down and retest these lows at around 17,800 and around 17,500. With those 4-hour open and closes under those, we're going to be gunning to those lower targets much quicker than we anticipated. So be on the ready. The volume to the downside was increasing, but now we might be able to put in a local low and try a reprieve bounce to the 21 again, which is around 21,800. So just keep in mind that we can go sideways because it's the weekend and Monday markets are closed for the 4th of July. So we can have low volume sideways, but if we go up to the upside, we have a lot of resistance. We have some large resistance around 20,700, and then we have resistance at 21,700. So $1,000 up, $1,000 up, we have resistance. To the downside, our last layer of support is 18,600. So about $800 to the downside, we have the support, and once we have 4-hour open and close underneath that, we're going to be looking for lower targets. Let's look at 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we are basically going sideways right now under the 21. So you can basically know right off this tight range that if we close above the daily open with a 4-hour open and close, we can test into the 21 in the middle of the channel, and then we can look into that 55, which is where the previous day's equilibrium was. But if we, and then after closing above here, we can look for the previous day high. Okay, so we have 3 levels today for sure. Until we get above 19,600 with 4-hour open and closes, we're only looking for a roll down effect. So the roll down effect, when it occurs, it might come down and try to take out this low, and we could have an SFP. So quick wick under this low and then right back up. Okay, if not, if we continue down to these lows, we can hit this target over here, which is 17,006, and that is going to take out the lows of the previous lows. And once that liquidity is grabbed, and we can spike back up to the 21. That's not an unrealistic probability. So yeah, on the 4-hour, we are looking like we might go sideways and up. So just get ready. And our first level of resistance is going to be 19,500, and our next level is going to be around 20,100. So these two levels seem like the most probable areas because we're looking like we're putting on higher lows as well. So it looks like it's been accumulated on low volume, and yeah, let's see what happens. To the upside, we have this 100 EMA as our like top. So let's see if we can get there, which is 21,250. 4-hour open and close above that, we're gonna shoot to this 200, and it is very, very possible since we're putting in these low highs, like an inverse head and shoulder kind of situation. This can make a quick move once we break this level around here. After 21,600, we can make a measured move 1-to-1. Is something like we just gun right up. After we take this golden pocket resistance out, we can probably just shoot to the 200. So keep that in mind. Yes, the drawings are here. Sorry about that. I had that off so we can see a little bit clearer. So we were looking for this descent into this area, and we did get wicks into this area perfectly. So now we need to see, is this area going to give us the bounce? And we already got our bounce attempt, got rejected, and we should probably get one more attempt because the downside is making higher lows. So I think we might be testing into this golden pocket resistance, which was on the 4-hour. And then from here, we can see if we're going to roll back down or not, because this is also the channel that we just broke down out of. So reclaiming back into this blue channel might give us the gusto to hit the middle of the channel and then higher. If we can probably get back into this red channel all the way up here above this 24,500, we can get back into this ascending channel over here and then look for the next resistance. There you go. So once we leave this path, so this path is over, so we can like get rid of this. We can even remove this. We all know that we're looking for these lower targets over here, so there's no need to keep it like that, but we can leave this and this. And this channel right here, you can even redraw it. One wick, I'm going to leave the wick out of it. So this is what we are looking at locally. So if we can't even break above this 21, we're going to roll back down to the middle of the channel, and if not lose the middle, we're going to go back into this fib right down here because that's where the bottom of this descending channel is. And on the bottoms of a descending channel, I like to long, and on the tops of ascending channels, I like to short. So that's why I colored these red and this should be green, because I should be hunting a long off of this channel with this move over here to occur. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for on Bitcoin. And let's go to Ethereum real quick. Okay, so Ethereum is doing similar stuff to Bitcoin. So let's get rid of all that. And what we are looking at is the bounce off of this last weekly low, but we engulfed it, and now we got to see, are we going to go and hit this bottom 893 before the week is over? As long as we can close above that on the week, then we can look for next week to continue the rally to the upside. Even when we go to the upside, I'm looking for hard resistance around 1600. So we'll see what happens, and then before 1600, let's see if you even break 1400. So that is weekly on Ethereum, and we also lost all the EMAs basically to the only 200 EMAs left on the Ethereum. So once 21 hits the 200, that's when we should be looking for our reversal, because the 21 and 200, when they cross, price action usually gets sucked into it, but while the 21 is going to the 200, price action will be fleeing it. So watch out for that. Going to the daily, as you can see, we crossed the 21 and 55, and then price action is going to start trying to come into this area. If we get to the 21 and above, we can look for the 55 and the 200 being our resistance around 1600. And more than likely, as a few days go by, this 55 will come down and this 21 EMA will come down. So that way, when we do get a move up, these resistance will come down lower. Right now, this does look like a possible W formation can occur, but you know, we have to wait and see. The accumulation is on some weak volume. So someone big has to step up and just bring the market up really quick and fast to stop out all the shorts. And then we can get a nice big green candle, maybe all the way up to here, 1600. So that would be nice. That's like a 50% move. But yeah, before that happens, let's at least wait for 1220. And then we can look for the next level of resistance being the top, which is around 1275, 1279. So yeah. And then before all of that, let's see if we get to 1100. 1100 is where the point of control is developing. And then the naked point of control we have is around 989. So we're ranging between those two levels. Until a 4-hour open closes above it or 4-hour closes below it, there's no real trade for me. Let's go to the 4-hour. Going to the 4-hour, as we can see, we are under the 21, but this could be a position of accumulation with a tight stop loss underneath due to the fact that we are making higher lows. So if you took a long, you could just have a stop loss right under this 1030, and then until that gets breached, you could just let this long ride, because it looks like it's starting to get accumulated on the 4-hour, and it might be testing into this previous day high and then reject off there, which is around 1117. And that's the $50-$60 move that will close out a lot of shorts that got stacked on yesterday and then roll over. So those kind of situations, you need to be ready and aware of what the market is trying to do. Right now, it got a lot of people who panicked and took shorts above here. They all basically got profitable, and if they didn't close their trade now what's going to happen is we're going to run back into the equilibrium. So you see this little head down. Well, now we're doing the same thing on the opposite end. Should probably be coming right to around here, 1125. And then over there we can see, is this going to turn into a head and shoulder and roll us down to the end, or is this going to turn into an inverse head and shoulder and roll us to the 200? So that's what's going to happen. But I think right now the main thing is the equilibrium. I think we're coming back to 1150, 1160 area, and then we can decide if we're going to roll over or not. And that's if we can even get to the 21 and above. So there are levels. We got levels today, guys. All right, well, that's Bitcoin and Ethereum for you guys on this holiday weekend. I want everyone to be very careful, because shenanigans will be afoot. I expect huge candles up and down to basically Darth Maul liquidity and basically wreck people's holiday weekend before markets open. And wherever we open on Monday, I won't even touch the market until like Tuesday or Wednesday, because no one in the real trading world is going to come back into their desks until the end of the week, more than likely. So that whole week, next week, will be wash, and then Monday, the week after 4th of July, will be the real week where people are coming into the markets. The Fed is going to announce their new interest rate increase, and there's going to be a lot of negative pressure on the market. More and more exchanges are freezing their withdrawals and selling and buying capability. So there's a lot of pressure to the downside on crypto. I'm not gung-ho on, oh, the bottom's in, we're about to go on an epic rally, this and that. No. I'm going back to my conclusion. Here, I'll show you right here. I'm going back to my conclusion of what I said on a few weeks ago when we lost the 200 on Bitcoin. I think it is going to follow my plan of the fib time. There you go. I think Bitcoin is going to be grinding out these lows all the way until the end of January. Until the end of December. I think we're going to hit my targets of 17,600 and 14,900, and we're going to get accumulated in these areas, and then we're going to break up. And we're pretty close to it as it is. Right now, we're on the last layer of support. These thick black lines, that's your daily, your weekly, and your monthly. And we're testing into that. Once we're under that, we're going to be pushing off to the downside very quick, very hard. I have targets all the way down to 12,400 to all the way down to like 5,000. So there are lots of lower targets, and it's following this path in price as well. So until this thing breaks the range that it's descending in, I have no reason to think that I'm wrong. This can go sideways and then roll over, you know. But the main thing is I'm watching all of this very, very carefully on Bitcoin. I'm not trading Bitcoin. I'm just gonna just wait. I'm gonna trade Ethereum because it's following PA a little bit better. Bitcoin, I'm going to accumulate, and I'm going to freaking rock my socks off as this fib time comes into October. I think September, October, November, I'm going to be watching this like, hey, are we touching the middle of this to go up, or are we touching the bottom of this descending channel to be accumulated one more time? When this hits the bottom, I will be trying to take a long. And that's the last thing I will do. I'm looking for that to be my long area. Not a sure. All right, guys. Well, there you go. That's Bitcoin and Ethereum for you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell button for notifications so you guys get these real-time updates as this comes out. If there are any questions or concerns, please leave it in the section below, and I'll get back to you ASAP. If there are any other assets you would like to cover also, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll get the charts pulled up for those. Aside from that, guys, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend with your family, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.